There's a bottle in there. See? Like no wood, no charcoal left at all. Yeah. When you get the coals hitting the glass, they make all these really interesting pockets. We're gonna want to wash that one. And that, oh, that's some, actually that's glass from the award. That's actually kind of cool. All these pockets are made by the coals sitting on the glass. Sometimes it gets hot enough you get holes, like you get a filigree. And sometimes it just makes really interesting craters. And it's got something, I don't know, that it looks like it may have picked up some fire brick. And actually, I have no idea how long this has been in the kiln. It may have been there from several firings ago. I think it's actually got a piece of charcoal inside it. It looks like. It's kind of cool. Looks like lichen growing on a tree. It's gonna be kind of cool. Once we wash it off, it's got a lot of different textures. Stupid dog. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I think that's kind of neat. Sometimes I find interest in valuing just the technical aspect, like can I melt the bottle and cool it down without it cracking? And other times I just think it's fun to see what happens. And sometimes something visually interesting comes out, and I think that's cool. I should probably take the cover off the chimney too. there is a craft to being able to design and build a kiln and fire it and get the desired temperatures. That's very measurable, it's very repeatable, and it takes some amount of skill. So I would call that a craft. The majority of it is luck, if it's interesting or not. Some of it has merit probably comes about just from the fact that designing and building the kiln and all that takes hard work, and I think some of the results you get you wouldn't get in an electric kiln or a gas-fired kiln, that kind of thing. So there's some merit in the method, which creates different results, and that part isn't luck, because I like having a wood-fired kiln, but I think the rest of it is pretty much luck. Yeah. What happens after you're done firing and you look at something and decide if it's interesting or not? And maybe someone else would see some of the stuff that I saw and just throw it away. I don't know. I tend to like making things that are made out of lots of little pieces, lots of little things put together. And so if you look at the crucible melt, one of the things that I think is interesting about it is there's tons of detail. There's little bubbles in the glass. There's lots of different textures. There are lots of different materials. So when you look at it, the eye is always moving around finding a new detail to light on. There is, to me, a virtue in the complexity. You decide to whack something with a hatchet just to see if there's something interesting on the inside. Look at that. What is that in there? You see this little globule? Well, that's kind of interesting. Like this looks like Hubble galaxy. Yeah, I have an art history degree. I was studying studio art, all that stuff, but I just don't care if it's a good piece of work or not. I just enjoy working with the process of firing the kiln, and then sometimes I see something that seems really cool to me, and I like it. Up here, yeah, and then just comes and falls on it, right? So it goes like that. Yeah. And you don't have to push push it very hard on the way down. You just kind of want to aim it.
Yeah. You're sort of letting the weight and the gravity do it.
So once you get it up there, you can just let it start falling.
Okay.
There you go. Push it up there. Yeah, perfect. That's good. That's exactly what you want to do. Now just keep doing that. So it just goes up here,
Yeah.
and then it just falls onto it.
Right.
And you see I missed. I overreached.
Yeah.
So it just goes up, and then it, see? And I'm barely pushing down at all.
Oh my gosh. This is like really hard. Oh.
Up and then fall. Yeah! That's just right. And then you just need to get it up a little higher and let it fall from a little higher up. There you go! Good job, baby.
Oh my god. Who would have ever thought? My friends will not believe me.
Well, you have video to prove it.
Oh gosh! Oh no! Oh boy.
Sometimes I have a goal in mind. Like one time I did a weld in the kiln between 3 different bottles, and I used wire to wire them together, and then I fired it until it melted enough to weld. But that's more like, it's like drawing an egg. If you're a 2D, you draw the egg, you draw the egg, you draw the egg. So you're showing your technical skills. And this stuff is more like I'm just kind of having fun. And I think it's interesting. They're not actually art. And then you introduce an element of randomness and non-craftsmanship, because it's not a craft yet. I'm not good enough at it to be a craftsman of it, and that almost makes it more artful.